Yeah, yeah.
So what brings you out to the races?
Oh, just a little bit of everything, dude. It's fun. It's nice, dude. We're here to have a good time.
Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Southern California Racing with Raz. My name's Scott Delosio, and for the second year in a row, we're at Chino Challenge 8. What is it? It's a demolition derby brought to you by MK Smith Chevrolet. Over 60 cars are entered this year, 4 heats, 2 semis, a main event. We're going to tear up all kinds of Detroit iron. You ready? Let's go.
This is our 8th annual MK Smith Chino Challenge Demolition Derby. This is just the biggest event in town. I mean, there's cars. The landscape is covered with cars all week, and we have 68 cars tonight. We always sell out the crowd. This crowd goes crazy. They're here for a good 3 or 4 hours. Nobody goes home. They stay till the end. This is, you won't hear this many people making this much noise in Chino on any other day. This is the event. The unique thing about our demolition derby is beforehand we have a best appearing car, and these people, as you can see by the lineup, go through a lot of effort just to win the best appearing car. We got a car with a spa on top. It's a great show. A lot of money spent just to win the best appearing car, and they just try to outdo each other. Every year we sell a car. It's done by Fireball Walton. It's a good car. Many times made it to the finals, or at least the semi-main, and we auction off the highest bidder, direct donation to the fairgrounds, and they're ready to go. No work, just pay the money and take a ride. They get a pit crew, they get a helmet, and some of them done pretty good. The best deal in town. No work, show up, bid, jump over the fence, and you're in. Well, great, Frank. You didn't put it in the ditch. All right. Frank tested the car and the track. Now we're going to sell it. This is the 711 car, Lady Luck, built by Fireball Walton. Walton's always built a great car. His auction cars go great. His own, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to sell this car tonight. All you need to do is buy this car, go to the back. Frank will set you up with a helmet, help you out with a pit crew, and you just get to drive. We're going to start the car at $1,000. We need a $1,000 bid. We got $1,000. Now we want $1,500. Who wants to bid $1,500 in the Derby? $1,500, no work, just drive. And I'll tell you how it works. You write a check to Chino Fair, it's 100% deductible. We don't sell you the car, we sell you a chance to drive it. So it's 100% deductible. Surely someone has $1,500 they want to turn loose of. Who will give me 15? Over here?
The guy with the hat. Green hat.
The guy with the hat?
Green hat.
$1,500? All right. Who wants to give us 2,000 bucks? You want 21? All right, we got 21. You're out over there. 22? 22? So we got 22 over here. Everybody done? We're going to sell it. Okay, you bought yourself a car for 2,200 bucks. Get over here quick. Hey, come over here and see this lady so you're all legal. What's your name? Todd Anderson. Okay, Todd, you're in the Derby. You got to sign that thing that says you realize if you're killed, we're not responsible to bury you. And we need your Social Security number, 2 credit cards, and $2,200 cash. No. The money goes to improve the fairgrounds. Next year you'll see aluminum bleachers on the far end. We'll replace the wooden ones. We just try to make the place better every year. All the money stays here. We're all volunteers, and it's a good cause.
Well, it is a good cause. And my name's Scott Delosio, and this is Chino Challenge 8, sponsored by MK Smith Chevrolet. And the first car we show pulling onto the track for heat number 1 is number 1267, Chuck Duma Jr., and he's sponsored by, remember this, Raz Video. To learn more about Raz Video, get on the computer and hit razvideo.com. We're going to show you 4 heat races tonight. We're going to show you 2 last chance races. And then we're going to go with a big main event. That's the one that pays all the big bucks at Chino Challenge 8. It is a demolition derby. We're going to take 5 cars out of all the heat races. We'll take 2 cars out of all or both the last chance races. And then the last car running will be the main event winner. This event, once again, 8 years in a row, sold out completely. If you didn't get your tickets in advance or didn't get here early on this afternoon, you're not watching tonight. And there's a lot of people here, and sponsors play a very big part of this event every year. And our main sponsor is with Raz right now.
MK Smith, you're the event organizer, right?
That's correct.
How'd you get involved in this Detroit Iron Mayhem?
Well, we're, of course, a sponsor of a lot of events in town, and when they came to us, we thought this has got to be the best tie-in that we could have. It beats rodeos because we don't sell horses, but we do sell cars. So we've been real happy to be involved in it year after year.
Do you have a car of your own racing?
I'm in the Chino Kiwanis Club, and the Kiwanis Club entered a car for the first time this year, so we're looking forward to that.
Now, I don't suppose any of your used cars make it here.
No, no, they're not that nice.
You enjoy it?
Oh, I enjoy it a lot. You know, we've had people come out that don't enjoy car racing, but this is real entertainment, and they've had a good time here.
Here we go, Chino Challenge 8. This is event number 1, or heat race number 1, brought to you by Sunnyside Promotions. They're the promoters on this event, and they've been in motorsports for more than a combined 100 years. Bob Basile is our promoter tonight. He's a son of Don Basile, a legendary promoter in motorsports, not only in demolition derbies, but in sprint cars, stock car racing, and anything else with motor and wheels that moves fast. This is event number 1. As we told you already, we'll take the top 5 from this heat. That is the last 5 running, and they go straight to the main event. All other cars will be eligible to come back in one of the 2 last chance qualifiers to earn a position to the main event. Track right now, you see the tires spinning on some of these cars. It's a fresh track, just been watered. Wait till we have a few events and they start to dry, or the track starts to dry out. They get traction and the hitting gets real hard. This event, once again, sold out tonight. More than 65 cars in the pit area, our largest ever field of cars here in Chino. There's a big hit put on right there by number 51. That's a veteran of this event, Rudy Haringa Jr. There's the Raz car, number 1267, driven by Chuck Duma Jr. And he lays a hit on the number 01 car, David Rivas. Now, if you notice, you look out there, there's no Toyotas. There's no Datsuns. There's no Volkswagens or MGs. It's Detroit iron only. Bring a foreign car and you have to park it in the lot. We're tearing up Detroit iron. But wouldn't you just pay to see a brand new Toyota out in the middle of this event? Most of the cars, now you see the car with the stacks to the left of your screen. Most of the cars from the best appearing car contest have to take all that stuff off. Apparently this guy didn't have enough time and he left it out. Big hit, the number 01 car once again. That is David Rivas hitting the 10-4 car, and it's about 10-4 for that car. Tiki Vandermeulen of Rivas pops the radiator on his car. That's one of the strategies on the Demolition Derby. You don't want to hit with your front end because you want to save your radiator. That's why you see most of these guys going in reverse. Hit with the rear end, save your radiator, and also don't let anybody hit you in the front end. The 33 car, that is Robert Hogue from Ontario, California, in a 1973 Cadillac. Somewhere in the middle of this mess, we have car number 12 from North Rialto, Elaine Carvalho. Her story is a good one. She's been practicing for this event. Unfortunately, it's been on the street in her better half's vehicles. Within 3 days now, Elaine wrecked her better half's Ford Mustang Cobra and tore the door off his pickup truck. So she is well suited and ready to go here at Chino Challenge number 8, and we have a radiator letting go. You'll notice a hole cut in the hood of all these cars. That is a safety factor. We do eventually, as you might see tonight, we don't know if it's going to happen or not, fires, carburetor fires. The holes cut in the hoods right over the carburetor. That's so we can jam a fire extinguisher in there as soon as the fire starts and put it out right away. The number 0 car moving through your screen, that was Trevor Fogelsong. And we're starting to eliminate a few of the cars in the field. You're on a 2-minute hold. If you don't make contact with another car, that's not another car hitting you. You have to initiate contact with another car. If you don't do that, you are disqualified. And there's a clock running on every car out on the pitch. I don't know if you call this a racetrack or not. I'll call it a Demolition Derby pitch. The 00 or the 01 car, David Rivas, smoking heavily on the front end. The 33, Robert Hogue, still going strong. The number 60X car, that's Mike Clementich. Clementich, early in the year, tried to give a demonstration on how to do a rollover at Paris Auto Speedway and about rolled himself straight into the hospital. And then after all that happened, they canceled the rollover contest. And he gets tagged in the front end by number 33, Robert Hogue. Don't try to look out your front window. It's not going to do you any good. And we have air horns going off. That is the finish of event number 1. And the transfers to the main event: Elaine Carvalho, George Wassenaar, Robert Hogue, Rudy Haringa Jr., and Trevor Fogelsong. Back by the pit area, Raz has found our promoter, Mr. Bob Basile. Chino Challenge 8, and right here with us right now is a promoter. And this guy's the king of demolition derbies now, Bob Basile. This thing's been going on 8 years now. When you first started here in Chino, did you ever think it would get this big?
Well, I didn't think it'd get this big. I mean, I knew this community was really a good community and was well behind it, but 68 cars, and I turned another 25 guys down, and it sold out a month in advance.
And this is not your only derby this year. It seems like it's been growing lately. You have derbies in Pomona, Paris. The sport's picking up for you.
Right, it really is. And the state championship at the LA County Fairgrounds, September 27th, is going to be a huge one, paying a $7,000 purse.
We're talking to a typical Chino fan. How you doing?
Car number 76, doing all right,
76!
buddy.
What got you guys involved in this?
4th place last year, we're going to take first this year.
Go 76!
Number
Go
76.
Wagon! Woo!
I remember what it was like when I had my first beer. We're about ready to go for event number 2. And in this one, beware of dog. That's our starter, getting ready to throw the green flag. Event number 2 is ready to go, and it's brought to you by RazVideo.com. Now, if you don't understand what that means, you don't need to know. But if you own a computer, go on the internet, dial into RazVideo.com, and you'll see our full line of motorsport videos, including this one. Once again, we're going to take the top 5, or that is actually the last 5 cars running in this event. There's the number 76 car driven by Sam Sousa. They won the best appearing car contest this year. It was called Staying Alive. Last year they were known as the Girls' Night Out. The 502 car in your screen, that's Rich Hopel from Ontario, California, and he's getting sandwiched right there. Don't get the radiator popped, your car runs hot and you eventually blow it up. Good hit put on there by that green and yellow machine. Guess this guy doesn't know the green is bad luck in motorsports. A lot of demolition derbies happen all year long. Look for one at the Fairplex in Pomona, the LA County Fair, and the Farmers Fair in Paris, California, a doubleheader every year. The 348 car, the number 348's unique number. That is Dan Fraley from Pomona, California. That is the same number Fraley used when he raced speedway motorcycles on the tough Southern California circuit about 5 or 6 years ago. And we have a big traffic jam. Looks like the Garden Grove Freeway. Action still continues here at Chino. We're going to weed this one down to the top 5. Now, if you don't make it to the top 5, you're not done for the night. If you can get your car running once again, you can come back in one of the last chance races. The 65 car is Donnie Tavaldi from Chino, California, and that is a 1977 Cadillac. You hear the name Cadillac, Chevrolet a lot in this one, Fords too, but it's the bigger iron, the Cadillacs, the Lincoln Continentals that people choose to bring out to Chino Challenge. And Fraley lays a big hit on Souza. Fraley's been in this event. I believe this is his 3rd year. He's made the main event one time. The number 911 car, the police car. That's driven by John Zenz, and yes, he is actually a police officer. Fraley's car, the 348. Spirit of America looking machine, not looking too good. And Zenz gets tailed by Sousa in the middle of the pitch, but Fraley gets going once again. Sliding into your screen and putting on a hit, a longtime veteran of this event here in Chino, that was Ari Prin. Fraley nails the number 89 car of Ted Center from Anaheim. And Tavaldi puts a big hit on somebody. Getting down to the short strokes in heat race number 2. 73 car, that looks to be a big Lincoln machine. And that is a 1965 Lincoln to be exact. Station wagon of Souza still holding up strong. Wouldn't you just like to get mad at the old lady next to you on the freeway who's driving this slow and just lay into her in reverse and put her and everybody else out of the freeway out of her misery? Fraley throws it around sideways. Short, the rear end on that car shortened up a lot, and he gets nailed big time by the 65 of Tavaldi. Why didn't he go up in flames? And he gets nailed by Sousa. Fraley getting assaulted here at Chino. Why don't they go up in flames when they get hit in the rear end? Simple. We move the gas tanks up to the back seat. Therefore, they don't explode. Tavaldi got a good piece of Fraley, but he's smoking now. That machine is getting hot. And that is the end of event number 2. And our transfers out of that one. Number 36, Charles DeHoog. Number 76, Sam Sousa. Sam, where are the girls you had with you from last year? Number 65, Donnie Tavaldi. Number 502, Rich Hoople. And number U812, Toby Way. We're going back to the pit area. We have a hot interview with a hot driver.
Did you know you were hitting the front end?
Must have made a wrong turn somewhere.
Somewhere, huh? So, you straighten that out and make it back for another heat, or?
Definitely. Nothing that can't get taken care of.
Minor stuff, huh?
That's right.
What do you do about radiators and stuff? You bring spares?
Spare radiators, spare tires, whatever we can. Spare anything.
And you just pull it on the back of one of those big...
In a quick minute.
Wow. See you next day.
All right.
Back in the pit area, Raz has cornered Dan Fraley in their surveying the damage from the heat.
Is this no problem to fix?
No problem that 6 guys in about a half hour can't fix.
Not like a speedway bike.
No, there's a little more to this.
Yeah. How much fun is it really?
Oh, well, look, I'm having the greatest time of my life. It doesn't get any better than this right now.
Heat number 3 ready to go here at Chino Challenge 8. And it's brought to you by Delosio Sports. They count them down. They do that at all demolition derbies here in Southern California. And that signifies to the drivers it's time to get up and go. Interesting competitor in this one. It's a number 5 car. That is Wendy Kelly in 1996. She became the first lady ever to win a demolition derby. And And that was right here in Chino. Check out the speed. The number 59 car gets through the infield. That's Don Wheeler. It was great speed, but he didn't hit anything. Wasted speed. And a car gets thrown into the berm. Now, once a car gets down in that ditch, once he's stuck in there, usually you can't get back out. And if you can't get back out, that spells the end of your heat race. So number 144, that's Rick Warner. And he's sponsored by, you've got it, Raz Video. We go back to the ditch. If you're in the ditch and you can't get back out, you are eliminated. You've got 2 minutes to get back out of there. But if another car puts you there intentionally, he is disqualified for putting you in there. Warner puts a hit on another car, dangling what's left of that headlight. We say what's left of that headlight. Once you get here, you have to knock all the lights out. You can have a windshield or you can have a screen in front of you as the driver, but all the side windows are out, the rear windows are out, and all the lights are out. Some drivers like having the screen in the car. Other drivers don't like the screen because you get a lot of dirt thrown up on you, and they would rather have the window. The 711 car, sponsored by Beck's Harley Davidson. That's Craig, the Ragin' Corbazian. Once again, we'll take 5 transfers, the last 5 running. The number 2 car, that's Mike Lawrence from Chino, tried to paint his car like Rusty Wallace's Winston Cup machine. Unfortunately, it doesn't go quite that fast. And look at the rear end on Lawrence's car. It is effectively gone. Car number 77, that happens to be Marty DeHogue from Chino. And Wendy Kelly gets nailed by the number 74 car. That is Ed Haringa from Ontario. Kelly, sponsored by her employer, Flo's Airport Cafe here in Chino. Warner puts a good lick using the front end. Once again, don't use the front end on that car. That'll put out your radiator. Another rule we have in demolition derbies, it's a safety factor. Do not hit another driver in the driver's door. If you do that, you could be disqualified, and that is a safety factor big time. We don't want anybody getting injured, and we seldom have anybody right into the ditch. Not good thinking. The number 59. Way to go, Don Wheeler. You're out of there, dude, and you drove there by yourself. You get the dunce cap of the night so far. So we eliminate one more with Wheeler stuck in the ditch. Says Al McIntosh on the car, but it's Don Wheeler, the driver. 74 machine still going strong, and that's Haringa. Good looking car too. Check out the graphics on the side of that car. You spent some time with that. And Haringa goes into the ditch. This is heat number 3, and that seems to be the popular place to be. But believe me, it's not the smart place to be. Warner, he shortened the rear end of that car up to the back seat, but he's still involved. Warner builds these demolition derby cars. Car starting to take a beating. If your radiator is still intact, you're still doing rather well. Pour me another margarita. We got a ways to go here in Chino. About half the field thus far is out of event number 3. We're going to eliminate it down to 5 cars. They'll join the 10 cars already who have made it to tonight's main event. And another radiator goes up in smoke. You'll notice we talk about air horns here. Fans bring their air horns, and we tell the fans, blow your air horn for your favorite driver, but do it before the start of every race, because the air horn, when it is sounded by our officials, that's a signal to all the drivers to stop for the end of the heat race, or there is a problem. The number 10 car going nowhere fast, that's Randy Wolfenberger. Wolfenberger's right here in Chino. You ever need any dirt, go down to Wolfenberger's. Short strokes, just a few cars left. This is event number 3. We'll have one more heat race to go, then we'll move into our last chance races of the night. And, well, check it out. We got a barbecue going here in Chino. Grab yourself a Santa Maria tri-tip from Honger's and throw it on the hood. We're barbecuing big time. And that's going to bring out a red flag, and it's going to bring about probably an end to heat race number 3. Check out the fire crew. They're getting in tight, and this fire doesn't want to go out. And that is the end of event number 3, and our transfers out of that one. It's Randy Wolfenberger, Marty DeHoog, James and Chris Youngsma both transfer, along with Wendy Kelly, a former winner. That was Becky and Amber in the stands, by the way. Don't want to let that slide out. And we don't want to let that 144 car slide out. Rick Warner, he is sponsored by Raz Video. Back in the pit area, Raz producer Rick Martinez has the 1996 champion, Wendy Kelly.
Well, Wendy, the front end looks a little bit bent up. You going to be able to get it back?
I got a good set of guys.
You got a good set of guys. Well, I hope they got lots of tools and a torch with them.
Yeah, they do. If anybody can do it, they can do it.
Now, what's this down here on the side? All these little cars and a Win 96?
Yeah, because that's how many I've done, and I won in 96.
Now, there's 2 women running tonight, correct? Yeah. Now, you've won 1996. You've been doing it 6 years. And how many women have won other than you?
Just me. I'm the only woman.
You're the only woman. Now, do you follow the circuit all over Southern California, or do you just do Chino?
Chino so far.
Just Chino so far. Are you going to put other cars out?
If I can. It's a lot of work, you know. My guys all have other jobs, and, you know.
Well, what's it take to put a car together? I mean, how many hours would you guesstimate?
You know what? I really couldn't tell you. I mean, we spent 4 days just decorating and painting it, you know.
Just on paint. Now, that doesn't include stripping it down and building the motor and putting in the cell and all that.
No, none of that. You know, I would say it takes a good 2 weeks, you know, of different things, because sometimes some things you can't do until other things are done. You know, they can't weld the doors till, you know, you do this. You know, you can't, you know, mount the batteries till that. You know, it's just a lot of work,
Now, do you guys actually purchase your car, or are they donated, a sponsor do it?
This one was bought. Yeah, this one we bought.
Now, what's an average car cost?
We try not to go over 300, but I think you paid a little more for this one.
Now, that's just for the car, and then how much would you say you get into it?
Oh, you know what, I don't know. I myself have never bought the materials. I usually get, you know, sponsors, so you know.
Well, that makes it a lot easier with the sponsors.
Oh, yeah, that's the only way I can do it, because I have 5 kids to raise. I can't be buying.
And she's sponsored by her boss, Flo's Airport Cafe. We're ready for the final heat race of the night. That is the final heat race. We'll still have 2 last chance races and the main event. In our final heat race, once again, we'll take 5 transfers. And this one is brought to you by Cosby Oil. And we have the #1 car in this one. That's Mike Owen. He just put the #1 on. Didn't earn it anywhere. Just put #1 on the car. Sounds good to me. The track before this heat race, he was getting a whole lot of traction after event #3, and they decide to water it down, lessen the hits just a little bit more. You might hurt somebody, you get going too fast. That is car #1. That is Mike Owen from Ontario. You can see Mike so far hasn't done a darn thing in this heat race. Hasn't gotten hit. There he goes. No, he misses. Now he gets tagged by the #7 machine, Scott Rollins from Chino, California. Grab me a station wagon, put the gun rack and the kids in the back, and all of a sudden, Owen gets hit. It's a glancing blow, another car going by, and boy, tell you, put a little water on this field, and it doesn't slow them down at all. They're hitting pretty hard here in event #4. And that's the auction car. You saw that earlier in the night. Bought by Todd Anderson for more than $2,000. Wait till he gets home and tells his wife about that. Guess what I did tonight, honey? I spent $2,200 and I wrecked a car. Divorce is imminent. This is the view from the south end of the Chino Fairgrounds tonight. Another sellout, as we told you earlier, has to be over 4,000, close to 5,000 people on the fairgrounds. The 30 car, that happens to be Wayne Lugo from Ontario, California. Puts a big hit on another machine, he gets tagged right away. There's a Hottinger car. There are locals here in Chino. They're here every year. That is the 50 car of Harry Beasley. Sponsored by Chino's Hottingers. He comes down from Apple Valley, California. Hottingers has 2 cars in Chino Challenge #8 tonight. Number 99 car, Ascot territory. That's Steve Cook. Station wagons are big in this one. The number 28 car, good pop. John Callie. Callie, now this guy, if you've never been in the pit area, has the best darn barbecues going at the Demolition Derbies. Just ask the Raz crew, they loiter around that guy's pit area until he throws them an extra steak or 2. Callie taking the long look, got a whole long way to run at somebody except one problem, the car won't go anywhere. Here he goes. Callie nails Beasley, the number 50 machine. And Anderson, the auction car, gets involved in the action. That auction car built by Frank Walton. Walton's a local dentist here in the Chino area, and he builds the auction car every year. As you heard earlier, all the proceeds go to the Chino Fairgrounds. And the number 99, that's Cook, once again going butt to butt with number 69, Mike Valencia. Back him in hard here at Chino, and the crowd is going wild. Oh, tear up the front end, the 28 car, Callie, gets drilled big time. Callie, if I remember right, won the Demolition Derby this past April at Paris Auto Speedway in Southern California. We talked about all the proceeds going to upgrade this fairground. How about spending just a little bit of money on the announcer's booth for next year? Please. Beasley in the middle of a sandwich. Callie in front. Anderson, if he can get that car going in reverse, had a big chance to take a hit at him, and it doesn't go anywhere. But Cook, the number 99 car. I bet Cook learned how to do some of his Demolition Derby action out at famous Ascot before it closed. Gold Lincoln Continental was the auction car this year that Anderson bought for over $2,000. Beasley looked like he was hooked together with Callie, but they're not stuck together. Beasley puts a hit on Cook, and that's in the front end. And Cook not going anywhere fast. Anderson goes through there, bonsai and everybody with the front end. He don't care. He's just having a good old time here at Chino. The smoke, the steam, it's going over Chino. Nobody knows what's going on in the city here tonight. But if you've ever been to this event, you see this is a rookie driver. He bought the car and he drove it into the ditch. Way to spend over $2,000, buddy. We're getting to the short strokes of event number 4, and it looks like we're just about done, and we are with event number 4. And our transfers and going straight to the main event, number 44, Ray Cuttaback. Number 69, Mike Valencia. Number 50, Harry Beasley. 54, Brian Panone. And number 28, John Callie. They all go to the main event. And that's where the big money is tonight here at Chino Challenge. Ooh, yeah, I like that eye. He's got a good eye there. What are they doing to this car? If you think you're this car and it's been bad enough on the racetrack, they do anything to straighten them out, and that's obvious. You think this car was wrecked before, and this is trying to fix the machine. We're ready to go to semi number 1, and that brings out cars, obviously the way that car's been smoking, who have been in action already tonight. This, thus far, is the biggest field of cars we've had on the track tonight. They've all been out there once in their heat races. They haven't transferred to the main event. So every car out here has already taken a beating. A little bit of water on the track or the pitch, whichever you choose to call it, and that'll slow some of the hitting down. That's the MK Smith machine, sponsored by a longtime veteran here at Chino and a multi-time winner of the best appearing car, the Chino Bull, John Lorenko. Believe it or not, they straightened that car out before it came out for this semi. That's number 89, Ted Zenner from Anaheim, California. If I were betting, I don't think Ted's going to be the one of the 2 cars to transfer out of this semi. Lorenko going back and forth, guarding his area. There's Zenner once again using the front end to hit. Maybe he's doing that because the back end looks like, poop. The ICU car still in competition right now, looking for one of those 2 spots too. The main event, and it is rather hot here in Chino tonight. We need a fan in the announcer's booth, that is for sure. Police car still going, but not going very fast. Number 3, Fireball, Frank Walton. And the guy who was in the best appearing car contest and forgot to take his decorations off the top of the car is still out there. That is a 777 car, Steve Skipper. He's got those things welded on. Originally, that car was supposed to be driven by Terry Mode from here in Chino. Terry Mode, if you've been around racing for a while, a rather well-known sand drag racer from the Chino area. 73 car gets popped pretty good. That's Gary Deering. Deering comes from Hawthorne, California, one of the long travelers to be in tonight's action. Fireball Walton gets nailed in the front end. Well, not too hard by Skipper. Skipper had him lined up, but Walton ran away fast. 60X still going strong. Clementich. That's an 84 Chevrolet Clementich is driving. And the police car. How'd you like to have that cop car chasing you down the freeway? You'd be laughing out the back window, flipping him off, and he gets hit in the front end again. How'd you like to do that when a cop goes to pull you over? Call Chips. Call 911. That guy's in trouble. Oh, yeah. Guy who hit him just gets tagged in the front end by Clementich. But the police car coming back strong once again, looking for a speeder on the infield. And Terry Skipper gets back in the action. Cars actually, you consider this a semi, and here comes Lourenco back. Lourenco was big time on the 2-minute clock, and he comes back and just drills Clementich. I started to say, these guys have already been out there once, and we have a radiator or a hose flopping free in the middle. We got steam going. About 5,000 dead mosquitoes resulted out of that one. These cars have been out there once before. I'm going to get it in this time, don't worry. And they look pretty strong for actually being beat up. And Clementich goes after the cops once again. And Clementich really on the front end of Zen's car. But look at the rear end of Clementich's car. Aerodynamics are out the window at this point here at Chino. Oh, Clementich climbs another car. Actually, he got over the back of Zen's car, and Zen's car pounded so flat, Clementich got some air. Getting down to near the end of our first semi. There's barely 2 cars moving out there. Clementich, that car's taking a beating, but still going strong, and he throws it sideways into the number 10-4 machine. And the 10-4 with that hit by Radiator, he's going to start running hot. Fireball Walton goes into the ditch, comes back out, and it was a good decoy. He lured somebody into the ditch. Oh yeah, there you go, the 78 car. Upside on 2 wheels. I almost said upside down, that's right, Kirk. And the fans here at Chino, about 4,500 strong, going wild tonight. It's been hot. Don't hit the car in the ditch, he's already out. Unbelievable. And that is the end of the first semi. We have 2 transfers going to the main event. Number 38, Ron Moore, and 60X, Mike Clementich. Hey, let's go to the Chino Bowl, John Lourenco.
Just like a Sunday drive, huh?
Just like 707 dies. Tried all I can. They ganged up on me this time.
Yeah, you're the sponsor's car. Got to beat up on you.
Yeah, but I'll get them next year. I got a lot of better and bigger cars. I'll get them.
Well, he should have brought it this year. That's the end of the bull. Let's see how Fraley did in that semi.
Well, how did it hold up?
Well, not as well as I would have liked it to. I came out, and the first guy to hit me knocked the drive shaft right back out.
That was it, huh?
Yeah, I'll have to try again next year. Yep, we all had fun, though. That counts.
Having fun? No, we're not having fun. We're having a great time here at Chino Challenge 8. And we want to thank all our tow truck drivers. They're volunteers out here tonight. And without them, it'd be hard to put on a show. Especially, we want to thank Gabriel's Automotive and Larry's Automotive. They're here with us every year here in Chino for the Chino Challenge. Well, the crowd's excited. We're excited. We have one more semi to go. There's our cameraman, Mr. Bruce Hamilton. Hamilton was the main cameraman 2 years ago at the AMA Midwestern National Sidecar Championship in Texas. And if you weren't at that one, you're lucky. Once again, this is our second and final semi of the night. We're going to transfer 2 and only 2 to the main event. These will be the last 2 cars to make it up to the main event. The field will be full, and then we'll be ready to go for the big bucks in the main event. Boy, and you can tell just by listening, some of these cars have definitely been tuned by accident. There's our auction car, Brad Anderson, still working hard. Don't hit with the front end, man. That should be a rule in demolition derbies you don't know about. The Hodgers car, number 50, Harry Beasley, going back at the car who's pounding with his front end. Mayhem here in Chino, and it happens every year, once a year, in conjunction with the Chino Fair. If you're not here this year, Make sure you're on hand next year. Anderson! Whoa, could have got nailed hard. Almost gets out of the way. Gets a slight tag. The 75 car, Mike Van Leeuwen, torn up already. Hey, Mike, I don't think you're going to make it to the main event. Harry Beasley. Somebody told me Beasley's running the same car he did in the Derby last year. Yeah, right. Anderson misses Beasley as he goes after him. Suddenly, Anderson figures out there's some bucks to be made back off his $2,000 investment, and Rick Warner, the Raz car. Oh, does he get hammered? And he's a Raz stud. He just pulls out of the way and keeps on going. And here comes Warner again, grabbing a piece of the action, and he slams bye-bye auction car. The Raz car puts the auction car. He's done. He's out. Raz continues on. And we continue on in this semi. That's the number 16 car. Nah! Did he just drive into the ditch? You've got to be kidding me. You're done, boy. You put yourself out. This is a demolition derby. If you're going to get eliminated, you put yourself out like this guy did, or you let somebody else put you out. Harry Beasley, no, left rear. What the heck was that about? Get up in the air and let's Boogie go back to staying alive. The disco car who won the best appearing car contest. He's already in the main event. The 30 machine still going strong here at Chino. That's Wayne Lugo. And the 269 car still in action. So we still have a lot of cars in the semi. We got to tear up a lot more. We have to weed this down to 2 cars. Hey, there's the Raz car back in the camera. Wonder how that keeps happening. One of my favorite guys out there, and I'm going to say his name now so I don't have to say it in a hurry, Brad Lerker-Kirker, or Brad Lecker-Kirker. Why couldn't his last name be Smith? Got the yellow light on top of that car, man. He thinks this is an auto race. People see the yellow and they'll slow down. The Rusty Wallace lookalike machine, car number 2, Mike Lawrence, hasn't went anywhere in quite a long time. You think the fans are enjoying this? Just listen to the noise in the background of this sellout crowd here at Chino. It's so loud, the prisoners down about a half a mile are getting excited in the prison. Of course, this is how half them ended in prison. Warner, look at the back end on the 144. It does not exist anymore. By the way, if you want to buy any of these cars, they are for sale at the Raz Video lot in Pasadena, California. The most anyone will cost you after this demolition derby is $4.72. If you want to find out more about it, dial into razvideo.com on your computer. Warner can't see where he's going when he's going forward. He can't see where he's going when he's going backwards, but he's still going. And that's the important thing. Just get down to the last 2, and Lawrence in the Rusty Wallace lookalike car gets moving once again. The number 9 machine in your camera. It looks like he's done for the night. That's Joey Boucher. The 30 car puts a big pop on the 269. Wayne Lugo still going strong. Warner, hey, we're proud of that Raz car. He's still moving hot and heavy here in Chino. Tangling with the number 40 car, Nate Camping was Warner. They need to have this event. MK Smith Chevrolet needs to donate brand new cars for this just for 1 year. 1 year! Warner, front end pop. Don't do that, dude. You're gonna pop that radiator. We told you earlier, you heard about some of the drivers talking. All these guys, they bring extra tires, extra radiators, and you need to bring one other big thing, and that's about the biggest hammer you can find. That's how you fine-tune a demolition derby car, with a hammer. Hammer. Is that Warner? I can't tell what car that is coming across the infield trying to hit the number 59 car. The 59 car, Don Wheeler, looks a lot better condition, but there's one thing missing. He's not moving. Warner, yeah, that's a Raz guy, still hitting with the front end. Hasn't quite figured that out yet. He's going to drive this car home after this event. He lives right over in Ontario, and he gets nailed in the front end. And nailing him, that was Nate Camping. You'd say big deal he gets hit in the front end, but Warner hasn't figured it out. He's hitting people with his front end. The Beck's Harley, the Beck's Chopper Design, number 711. Beck's Raging Corbagian still in action here at Chino Challenge 8. And he sets his sights on, oh yeah. Corbagian raging at that other car. Yeah, do you like that one here, Chino? The number 9 car getting tagged big time, Joey Boucher. And Warner, once again, what's he doing? Hitting with his front end. Fire that guy, Howie. This is how the Raz crew arrives at every race event they go to, whether it's a demolition derby, a speedway motorcycle race, or a sprint car race. Just hit him with the front end. Who gives a darn? Somebody explain to this guy what he's doing to his radiator. I don't know how he's still got that car running. The number 11 car, it's a Peterbilt. That's Brad Kirker. Change your name to Smith. And he's dragging that rear bumper. Coker, Brad. And Cocker gets hit with the front end by Warner. I like that front end hits by Warner. It's amazing when you see that these cars are still running. We're going to go back to Warner for 1 second. It's amazing that guy still has not overheated as often he's hit with the radiator. And we have 2 cars mounted on each other. Grab a big bucket of water or a hose and shoot it on them, get them separated. And I tell you what, yeah, that's right. Hit the side of the car, that's going to make it go faster. You are officially on Bob Basile's 2-minute clock. If you do not move and go hit another car, you're disqualified, or actually you're out. The 57 car circling like he's on a hunt. That's Mark Rovita from Chino, California. Mark is sponsored by the Corner Cocktails. And after this one, every driver needs to go out to the corner and have a cocktail. Boy, it is exciting now as we watch Rovita circle around, so he decides, what the heck, I'm going to hit him and knock him off there. Of course, he doesn't have enough power left. It looks like this will be the end of our second semi. We're going to have 2 cars to transfer on, and that is going to be it. And the 2 cars are the number 00C Doug Cash and the 57 car Mark Rovita. Now, I've seen some guys transfer in strange ways in Demolition Derby, but Raz has Doug Cash, and let's hear how he got to the main event.
Interesting predicament you got yourself into there.
I warned him. I was coming. I got screwed out of the first heat. You know, the cable came off the battery and the car died, so didn't get a race until now. Yeah, so we got a good car still. We'll see what we can do in the next heat.
Well, the main is next.
That's where it all pays.
That's where it all pays, and that guy's name is Cash. Let's see what he can do in that main event. Right now, we're pulling the last few cars off the pitch or the field before we come back with our main event. But before we do, we got Raz's own front-end slugger, Rick Warner, with Rick Martinez.
Well, Rick, what took you out? I mean, you were going strong.
I think I ran out of gas.
You ran out of gas. That's what took you out? The car in the condition it's in with no front end, no rear end, you can't see anything, and you ran out of gas.
That really stinks, dude. It's good. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Everybody should try it once.
Now, is this your first year?
My first time here, yeah.
Now, where else have you done a demolition derby?
San Bernardino. Done about 6 of them out there.
So then you're no newcomer to this, just to Chino.
Yes, well, it's a lot of first times down here. First time in the dirt, first time in heat races, and first time with front wheel drive.
You gonna come back with a front wheel drive next year?
I don't know. Depends on what I can find.
Now, what's it cost to put together a car?
Well, my dad owns a used car lot. Whatever he takes in on trade is what we run out here with, about $250 and probably about $300 in stuff that's transferable from car to car, batteries, cables, all the good stuff that'll come out of this one when I'm done with it.
So realistically, somebody can come out here, run, and have fun for under $1,000.
If I could get the $100 they auctioned the car off for, I'd set them up and be rich.
Well, hey, there you go. There's a business. Start selling, you know, demolition derby cars for $1,000 a piece.
They hold up like this, I think I probably could.
Now, what was this? A Cadillac?
Eldorado, 73.
Well, boy, if I was going to choose one to come back, it would definitely be a 73 Eldorado.
Pretty close, yeah.
All right, Rick, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Nick, where are you from?
Chino.
Chino, so you're a local boy. You been out to this before?
No, it's my first time.
First time out?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I like it.
You like it? What's the best part?
When they crash.
Time to go for the main event. Our Bruce Hamilton from Raz Video. He is all ready. The crowd's counting down. MK Smith main event. Here we go, Chino. Boy, off to an exciting start. Can't you tell? 24 cars, more than we've had out there all night long. Thus far, in the heat races, we eliminated them down to 5 cars. In our last chance semis, we took it down to 2 cars. No, not anymore. This is the main event. Last car running wins, the number 5 car on your screen 2 years ago. Wendy Kelly, the first lady to ever win a demolition derby in the United States, was the winner. Can she do it again? We're gonna know in just a few short minutes. Good news from the Raz pit. All our guys are out. All our guys are out. We don't have to worry about them anymore. Harry Beasley in the 50 car gets tagged right there, the number 76 car. It was the best appearing car at the start of the night. The way the rest of these cars look, it's probably the best appearing car left. That's Sam Souza. The 57 machine, Mark Rafida, made it through to the main event from our second semi. That's pretty tough to do. A lot more wear and tear on that car. Right now, the cars and the hitting, well, it's not quite as hard as it's been a little earlier. They just watered this track. So what we want to tell you to do, if you ever come to Chino Challenge, hey, come next year, Chino Challenge number 9, wear white clothes and sit in the very front row. These cars, all these drivers build them up, and no matter what the guys from Hottinger say, they're only built for one night of action. After that, they're junk. The 28 car, John Cali, this is his second Derby of the year. Earlier in the season, he won at Paris Auto Speedway. It's getting exciting now, but just wait a few seconds. We'll get a lot of this mud blown off where we just watered from, and the hits will definitely pick up. Souza in the station wagon, still going strong. Looking for his first ever win in this event. The 57 Mark Ravita from right here in Chino. Nails, car number 28, that's John Kelly. Wendy Kelly, now we saw the number 5 car, that was that red car, and it looked like she wasn't moving. She is definitely on the 2-minute clock. And that's not too cool, because Wendy Kelly, every year, even before she won, is one of the favorites here at Chino. Doug Cash from Ontario, California, taking aim on another car. Hits Beasley in the driver's door. Cash, you better be careful. You keep doing that, you're going to see the black flag, and that'll bring an end to your night. The number 65 car, that car is still looking pretty strong. That's Donnie Tavalde. And Tavalde backs into one of the station wagons in competition. Look at the bent metal on these cars. These are the kind of cars you see parked down by the side roads and left because they're junk. Cash still going strong just on the other side of him. Car number 13, James Youngsma. James and Chris Youngsma, some of the more successful demolition derby competitors in the state of California. The number 502 car, Rich Hoppel, still in action. The 57 Mark Pravita, still going strong. Oh, the 60X Clementich takes a big hit. That car got moved about 12 feet with that hit, but he moves right away from it. Souza, there's the left rear. There's the left rear wheel. They're not one and the same anymore, and that's going to hurt Sam Souza. And Souza gets collected on both ends. He continues on, but not a more hits like that. They're going to put the end to his night. And that tire, now the left rear tire just flat falls off Souza's car. Hey, he planned on using it to move the family tomorrow. No rear end left on that car that Callie's pulling around the infield. That's junk. And remember, one day that made a family very proud. They took it home, they rode around, they bragged to the neighborhood. Look at that piece of junk now. It's garbage. The crowd still staying strong, trying to find out who's going to take home the big check at the end of the night. Chino Challenge 8. Cali still looking strong. Also in your screen, Robert Hogue in the number 33 car. Actually, Hogue, that's one of the better looking cars still out there. And he puts a big hit on another car in the middle of the track. And Clementich comes on to throw an exclamation point on that tango. Time running out in the main event. And spare parts have run out really fast too. That's a number 51 car in your screen, gray, Rudy Haringa Jr. from Chino. That started out the night as a 1972 Cadillac and now looks like a 1999 Toyota. Good slamming. The Beasley car, number 50, the Hottinger's machine still going strong. And Haringa trying to put the finishing touches on some of the cars out there. Cali not moving. You know, I bet some of these guys spent at least $13 on the paint jobs on these machines. And Sam Sousa almost goes into the ditch. He stays out of there. And Clementich comes and backs the car who hit Sousa out of the way. The 10 machine takes aims at Sousa. That's Randy Wolfenbarger. And Sousa, steam bath. He's steam cleaning the motor. Yeah, that's good. It'll keep it going longer. Steam clean that motor, baby, and you might have a chance of winning at Chino, but not in 1998. Boy, Sousa's just coming way close to that ditch. Once again, the ditch, what's it there for? It's a safety factor. Keep the cars away from the fans. Time really getting short in this one here at Chino. Yeah, like that flatbed rear end on that car. That's Clementich in the 60X in your screen. And there's the 00C car, still moving pretty good. That's Doug Cash from Ontario. Cash came from his heat to the last chance to the main event, and we get him stacked up hard in the center of the pitch. And another radiator, or radiator hose going. What car is it? We don't know. Let's just say it's a Raz car. Beasley takes aim, nails the 51 machine of Rudy Haringa Jr. What is going on now? Your guess is just as good as ours, and that is the end. Chino Challenge 8 is over. And taking home the most money appropriately, $1,500 goes to the winner, Doug Cash, as the fans cheer him on. And here comes, check that out. Mike Valencia dives off the car and does a $500 somersault for finishing second. Third was number 60X, Mike Clementich. Down on the track, Raz's Rick Martinez has the winner, Doug Cash.
Demolition Derby, buddy. Wait till Mama sees this on TV.
Woo! Doug Cash, where are you from again? I'm sorry.
Ontario.
Yeah, how many times you been doing this?
8 years.
8 years.
8 years.
And how close have you come?
Well, we had one car came in 4th, and I've always went to the main event like this, but I've never got a trophy or anything like that until now.
So now you didn't know you won?
No, I didn't know I won. I thought there's still 4 more cars to go. My car's still moving. It's got all kinds of horsepower, but they called this all the checker flag, and I didn't know if it was me or someone else because I didn't hit anybody in the last minute there, you know? I was trying to get out of this hole to find somebody. I couldn't see over the trunk. Oh, man.
You going to be back next year?
Oh, you know it. We might go to Pomona now.
What kind of car are you going to build?
Same as that. 72.
Which was?
Cadillac 72, 4-door boat caddy. Yep.
There you go.
Okay.
They haven't checked your car yet, huh?
Hang on.
Now let's talk to second place finisher Mike Valencia and the third place finisher Mike Clementich. Let's send it down to Raz.
Unfortunately, he a small little.
Second place, right?
Unfortunately, third. I should get second, I think, or first. What the heck? I told you I'd be back. Told you I'd be back. Kept telling you. Won't believe me. I came back and kicked some. Yeah, ass. I don't know I can say that on TV. So yeah, I got my trophy.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. We'll be back to the championship. Championship one.
Pomona?
Oh yeah, you better believe it.
All right.
I'll be there.
Second place?
Yep. Thanking my sponsors, Speedway Customs, Impies, Krabby Bob's, Henry's Radiator, America's Tire, J&J Carburetor, Body by Bones, and Headhunter Industries. The guys I got to thank, and Clark Holroyd.
For sure you didn't forget anybody.
And myself and Johnny. I got to thank Johnny.
All right, bud. Enjoy.
All right.
My name's Scott Delosio. On behalf of everyone from Raz Video, we want to thank you for joining us tonight at Chino Challenge 8. Check us out at razvideo.com and be sure to be back next week. Same time, same station for another exciting version of Southern California racing with Raz.
The following is a bonus sampler of other Raz Video productions. For more information or to place an order, call 1-818-449-1175.
Sitting on a tough achievement, eating pizza pie all day. A long drink speedway rider and he sat down beside her, but he didn't scare that girl away. Oh, 'cause he's a speedway rider. A speedway riding for you and me. I'm a speedway rider from a different breed. We always try to win, it's what we really need. You know we're small but bad, because we've always had. But when we crash and burn, we get a little mad, 'cause we are speedway riders. Speedway riders racing just for you to see. Well, little Miss Muffet, she got up from her couch just to get herself a big old beer. But when she was gone, something was going on. When the crowd gave a great big cheer, oh, she saw her speedway rider, a crashing bad for you and me. Yeah, I crashed and burned, but got another turn to do it right.
chance tonight. After 5 hard rides, the guy that's going to hold this up is going to be well-deserved champion of the United States.
The Speedway is the place and I'm going tonight. Gonna watch all the riders on the track, they will fight. And in between, the girls with clothes so tight. Come on, Speedway ladies, will you be with me tonight?
Who's gonna win?
Flying Mike Korea.
Flying Mike Korea.
Flying Mike Korea.
Hey, all you guys out there, listen to me, cause I'm right. If you wanna find that girl on a one Friday night, you gotta come on down the Speedway, cause they'll all be there. She'll be doing that Speedway boogie, shaking that dirt from her hair.
So Speedway motorcycles, they only turn left. We run the 60 in 3 seconds flat. 500cc motors burning nothing off you. And they ain't got no brakes, I ain't no fool.
Oh, we're here for Alan Christian, of course. Alan Christian.
I was happy. I'll be happy next year when I win it again. My name is Steven Stroh. My rider number is 18.
Bobby on, he wins.
I'm just kind of glad to be here and get a chance to even ride at all.
You can see all the riders hanging around that pit wall, watching all the women and having a ball. But when it's their turn to get back out on the track, they don't care about those women. They'll be there when they get back.
Brad Oxley.
Hi, I'm Brad Oxley, rider number 5.
Gary somebody else.
Hi, I'm Gary Harris, number 108.
Sam Malenko.
Hi, I'm Sam Malenko, number 13.
You've got to go with Faria.
Mike Faria.
Mike Faria.
Faria.
Hello, race fans. My name is Mike Faria, and I'm rider number 9, trying to get number 1 tonight.
All right.
you go on the highway, you're about 90 miles out of the center of Los Angeles itself, at an elevation of 3,100 feet on an area of Southern California called the High Desert. And right there you'll find a racetrack called Speedway USA in Victorville, California.
Welcome to the Soto Meet in Garden Grove, California, not far from Disneyland, USA. My name's Terry Clanton for Raz Video. This is probably the largest collection of antique Volkswagen buses anywhere in the world.